All right, so check this out. Something big might be about to go down, and it directly affects the future of the team. There's been a lot of back and forth for a while now, but suddenly things are picking up fast, and it feels like we're finally getting close to a real decision. The pressure is on, the clock is ticking, and honestly, this could change everything sooner than we expected. I'll tell you everything in detail, so click the like button and if possible, comment, "Go Bears." Right now, there's a real sense that something significant is about to break regarding the future of the Chicago Bears, and it's coming straight from inside Illinois politics. An Illinois state representative went on the radio and made it clear that the legislation needed to keep the Bears in the state is moving forward, and not slowly either. He didn't lock in a specific date, but the tone was different this time. He said they're on what he called the punch list, meaning the final steps are being worked through, and that there could be good news in a very short window. That matters because, for a long time, this situation has felt stuck. There's been back and forth, delays, disagreements, and honestly, a lot of fatigue from everyone involved. But now, you're starting to see urgency. Lawmakers are acknowledging that this isn't just about politics anymore. It's about keeping one of the most historic franchises in the NFL tied to the state. There's real pressure building, and it's not just internal. The soft deadline that keeps coming up is May 31st, which marks the end of the current legislative session in Illinois. Even though no one wants to officially call it a hard deadline, it's clearly acting like one behind the scenes. If nothing gets done by then, it feels like the Bears could seriously pivot. And that's where things get even more interesting. Because while Illinois has been trying to figure things out, Indiana hasn't been sitting still. They've already done the groundwork. They've cleared potential stadium sites, handled environmental concerns, and even passed the necessary legislation to make a move possible. In other words, if the Bears wanted to go, Indiana is ready right now. And that's exactly why the tone is changing in Illinois. For a long time, some officials were focused on keeping the team specifically in Chicago, pushing back on other options like Arlington Heights. But that plan didn't come together. Now the reality is hitting. It's not about keeping the Bears in the city anymore. It's about keeping them in the state at all. Losing the Bears to another state would be more than just symbolic. It would be a financial and reputational hit that Illinois can't really afford. There's also an emotional layer here that you can't ignore. The Bears have been tied to Chicago and Illinois for over a century. That history matters to fans, to the community, and even to the politicians involved. You can hear it when they talk about it. There's pride there, but also a growing realization that pride alone won't keep the team if action doesn't follow. At the same time, you can feel that the Bears organization itself is running out of patience. This process has dragged on for years, and the fact that they've seriously explored options across the border shows they're willing to make a move if necessary. They've applied pressure, and now it finally looks like the state is responding to that pressure. So here's where things stand. Momentum seems to be shifting back toward Illinois, but nothing is finalized yet. There's optimism, there's movement, but there's also a ticking clock. And if that clock hits the end of May without a deal, everything could change very quickly. So let me ask you this. Do you actually believe Illinois is going to get this done in time and keep the Bears in the state? Or do you think we're getting closer to a real move out of Illinois? And when you really look at how this has unfolded, it feels like we're approaching a breaking point where one decision is going to define the next generation of Bears football. Because from the team's perspective, this isn't just about a stadium location anymore, it's about stability, long-term revenue, and finally putting an end to years of uncertainty. You can sense that they don't want to drag this out any further. There's also a key detail that keeps standing out in all of this. Despite Indiana having what might be a cleaner and even more financially appealing offer ready to go, The Bears still haven't made that move. That tells you something. Their preference has always been to stay in Illinois. That hasn't changed. But preference only goes so far when timelines keep getting pushed and solutions don't materialize. At the same time, leadership connected to the team has already made it clear that if a move happens, they don't believe it will damage the fan base in a major way. The idea is that fans will adjust, just like they have in the past with different stadium situations. Whether it's Arlington Heights or even across the border, the expectation is that support for the team remains strong. That might not sit well with every fan, but it shows the level of confidence they have in the brand and its connection to the people. Still, there's a difference between fans adjusting and fans accepting. And that's where this situation becomes even more sensitive. Because while many would continue supporting the team no matter what, losing the Bears to another state would feel like a major shift in identity for Illinois. That's why you're seeing lawmakers start to act with more urgency now. The risk is no longer theoretical, it's real. Everything now points to the next few weeks being absolutely crucial. If Illinois delivers and finalizes what's needed, the Bears likely stay, even if it's not in Chicago itself. But if things stall again, if that deadline passes without a clear resolution, then the door to Indiana doesn't just stay open, it becomes the most realistic path forward. So we're watching a situation where momentum has finally picked up, pressure is at its highest, and both sides know that time is running out. It's no longer about endless discussions, it's about decisions. If you made it this far, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates, because this story is moving fast and we're bringing everything in real time. Drop your take in the comments. I want to know where you stand on this. And don't forget to click on the video that's on your screen right now, because if you want the latest Chicago Bears news first, this is where you'll find it.